Hello and good morning. Extra, extra, read all about it. This is the daily reading coming to you from me, Michelle. This is my channel, Born Without Boundaries. Please do subscribe to the channel and ring the bell. I go live a lot lately, not as much as I've wanted to. I have been behind, but the live chats are the most rewarding part of this process. They really are. The community and the people that chime in, they're amazing, and I have to say thank you to all of them that join in. Thank you. Thank you especially to Scorpio, Taurus, Capricorn, for all of you supporting the videos in the way that you've done this week. You've been phenomenal, and I appreciate it. And to all the other signs, thank you for watching. Thank you for the views. Please like and share the videos so more people can experience what you've enjoyed. But beyond that, let's get to the daily reading. I have to tell you, I've been really, I do this to myself all the time. I've been second guessing myself a lot and questioning, am I correct? Am I correct? And I have to stop that. I have to stop. I really do. And I'm working on myself every day to remind myself of my gifts and of my talents and of my progress. So, I had to share that with you. I don't know if anybody's been feeling that lately, but this is a very stressed time. It's just a challenging, position that we're in right now, in terms of what's going on. Mercury is going in retrograde, like it's conjunct, or somehow it's positioning over Venus in Cancer is making us very, very emotional, and almost feeling trapped in terms of how do we communicate these emotions. It's making us second guess ourselves a lot. That could be for a good reason. I always feel like there's a reason to use that feeling of, well, why am I second guessing myself? Maybe I need to look over my actions, but also maybe I just need to learn to believe in myself more and have confidence and not judge myself so harshly, even if I do make a mistake. That's a big one. This is the Talisman and Cauldron deck. I use it every single time. My friend Laura owns the Talisman and Cauldron Spiritual Shop. It's in Derby, Connecticut. USA is where I'm from, where I'm recording live right now. And Laura and her partner China put this deck together. If you'd like to buy it, just reach out, let me know. I'll keep saying I'm going to include the link below, and then I forget. I sage so that I purify the energy of my deck after every time that I read it. And I think that's why I'm breathing in too much smoke. I haven't gotten my voice back yet. So I'm going to try to do it near a window next time. But really, I sage it every single time, and I reorder it, and I put every card upright. So I absolutely read reversals, because I know they did not start out that way. And if they're coming out that way, even in the way that I shuffle, I don't shuffle in the traditional shuffle way. So there's not this natural flow of cards getting flipped upside down. If a card gets flipped upside down, it's supposed to be read that way. It's like the message wants to come out that way. And I do that so that I'm secure, and I know for a fact, like, in other words, I've checked all my boxes. There's no doubts or concerns in my mind. And that's part of my process. If you're readers, I'd be interested to know what the part of your process is. You could have a much more spiritual process, much more intuitive process. This helps me. That's all I'm saying. So guys, when you get a reading from me, I've done everything I can to give it to you as pure and straightforward. And I've checked all my boxes and reached the bars that I've set to basically assure quality control. Wanted to let you know that. Picking up on the daily energies for today, that is July 25th, 2019. We're just starting out in Leo season. Okay. I love the way these cards speak. I love the way they talk. I do. I love the way they end up coming out, and they're interesting little buggers, man. And honestly, I had to learn their language. I did. I did. I'm not even kidding. Like, I had to learn their language. Crazy. These cards are great. Oh. 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 I love them. Okay. The Magician. That's where we start. The Empress. She's part of our journey. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Something not getting off the ground. We're standing in our power, confidence, worried. And this, the Eight of Swords is a great card because it demonstrates, it's almost like we're tied. Our thoughts are hog-tying us. Broken union, conflict, but standing on higher ground. Looking out, waiting for those ships to come in. Knight of Wands, energy, fast-moving energy, communication, passion, basically confidence. That's what I feel when I get that Page of Wands. There was just conflict here. Worries about a relationship falling apart. Lovers. Knight of Wands. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Okay, this is great. Listen, we've experienced some bumps in the road. We've experienced some pushback. We've experienced some doubts in ourselves, and we've experienced some doubts in others. We could have actually absolutely gone through a breakup. But I can tell you right now, we have not given up. Not only have we not given up, we're acting like a badass Kill Bill boss, and we're taking on all these you-know-whaters. We're taking them all on. We're taking them all on. There are those those of you out there who have maybe you fought through your own laziness, your own King of Pentacles. You have counterparts coming in. Queen and King of Pentacles. If you are Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, this is a very good sign. But for all of us, it's a very good sign because the Queen and King of Pentacles are a symbol of 3D prosperity, material prosperity, and security and stability, and counterparts. Counterparts coming into union. 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out, it's coming. This is the central theme of this reading today is dealing with a message of telling us how to deal with our conflicts, or just having a conversation about the conflicts that we're experiencing as we manifest or recreate our lives. This is a very personal. This is not just about, you know, creating our business or writing a book or a creative. It's not about the project. It's about the person driving the project. And this is about our journey and where we are today. And I tell you right now, we are standing on high ground. We are kicking butt. We are taking names. That's what we're doing. And we have decided to do that almost as just a leap of faith. Literally almost as just, we don't even know why we're still trying, but we're just not giving up. We're not giving up. So there was a falling apart of a relationship. There could have been because this person's lack of interest, this person's like lethargy in their behavior, like really got to you and made you feel like they weren't contributing. It just added to your stress. And so the union had to break. And I feel in this situation, it was you that left. It was you that decided to just leave it. Now, this doesn't have to be a romance. This could very well be a partnership, a business partnership, leaving your job, leaving your work. There was just the behavior on the part, could have been somebody, things weren't taking off fast enough for you. Let's put it that way. Things weren't moving fast enough. They were moving at a pace where it indicated to you that it wasn't going to work out. You were just stressed out about it all the time. And there was always discord. There was never that stability that you assumed would be here. But okay. But you're still fighting. You're still fighting for it. And I have to say, for those of you that this reading is resonating with, there's a happy ending. There's a happy ending. It's like you fought through the stress. It's like you fought through the falling apart. And there's definitely, wow. Okay. I know. I'm like, just like, talk, Michelle. We're listening. Can you say, twin flames are coming into union. You have the Lovers followed by the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Okay? These are counterparts. This is the King and Queen of the same suit. This is the ultimate stability. The yin and yang of 3D stability. You know, the abundance, the nurturing, the abundance in nurturing and receiving, and the abundance in action and progressing. This is all coming into union. This is all balancing out. In other words, the give and take is paying off. The Lovers. I've been just saying this for a long time now. There's a newfound confidence. There's a newfound confidence in, well, if you're in a relationship, your partner. If you're not in a relationship, the fact that your partner's coming to you. There's this acceptance. And I tell you, it wasn't easy to get to that point. It wasn't easy to battle all the stress and the feeling of instability, the shake up to your life. It wasn't easy for you to get to this point. It wasn't. It actually took a lot of patience. And I feel like patience was one of the main ways that you actually battled these conflicts. It was very, very difficult for you to wait. It was difficult for you to wait. The good thing is, motion starts to pick up now. And I feel like that's actually what's helping a lot of you and like relieving a lot of stress, is that you're like, wait, how long was I going to wait? Because waiting through a month, waiting through a retrograde, okay, but do I have to wait like 20 years? No, but the patience was part of, the patience and diligence and faithfulness was part of the success that's coming in. There's fire energy here. And I honestly feel like this is almost like Leo season that's helping to bring in the union between twin flames and soulmates. That progress is being made during Leo season. And we're going to see a lot of abundance coming in, a lot of stability. That honestly was flipped. It was very lethargic. Let's put it that way. It was very, like, when we started out, whether it was, whatever your project is. And when I say project, could be, this is a general reading, right? So it could be the relationship. It could be this new job that you took. It could be finding it could be the project that you're focused on most, whatever is coming to your heart right now when I read to you. Throughout the past couple of weeks, I would say by the last full, not the full moon we just had, but the one before it. There's this amazing, there's this amazing reading of success in failure. If that makes, like, there is this incomparable spirit of, I'm not giving up here. I'm not giving up. And it was in that, and like I said in other previous readings, it was in the tenacity and faithfulness that you actually were fighting. You were fighting with tenacity. You were fighting with faithfulness. And in fighting with those two things, and the final thing, you were fighting with tenacity, faithfulness, and patience, which is also its own faithfulness. You've made it. You've made it to the point. You've made it to the turnaround. That's what's going on. So clearly this message is saying, for those of you who are on the brink of I can't take this anymore. I can't handle this. I feel like a prisoner. I feel trapped. There's a lot of I can't tell you. There's a lot of stagnation. The Magician and the Empress comes out. They are master manifestors. And this one tells me this is a personal journey. The Magician is about reforming and recreating your internal alchemy. And then the Empress is then affecting the alchemy of the outer world. And it's a two-step process. So it's like getting yourself imbalanced, getting yourself into balance, and conquering this stress and this impatience and this wanting to move when you couldn't move, but learning how to stick with something, to be patient, to be faithful, to be tenacious, even in the face of shit falling apart and hitting the fan. And still you persevere. We rise, and still we rise. Persevering through all of this garbage and junk, internally and externally. It's paying off. And the payment is great. The payment is great. There's a lot of shiny pentacles here. So money coming in, but also, once again, I'm hearing Leo season. This movement is happening in the fire sign. This movement is fire energy. We finally have that movable, progressive, energetic push. And this guy has complete and total confidence in everything that's coming his way. Success in romance, stability and success and prosperity, abundance in the 3D world. But the whole vibe of the reading is failure, success in failure, success in failure. Because you stuck to it, because you did not back down. Rising above the conflict. Rising above, standing the higher ground, and then staying the course and saying, it's coming, and it is coming. The answer to it's coming is it is coming in. It is coming in. You have literally stayed the course through things being slowed down, dragged out, stressing you out, and then falling apart. You have literally stayed the course. And in staying the course, you have turned the tide. You have worked the magic. Because despite the fact that you were stressed out and things were moving slowly and falling apart around you, you stayed on your throne. You stayed in your power. I'm serious. And you took the higher ground. This is all about what faith does. This is all about what tenacity does. You ever hear that in terms of, I don't know if you guys invest money in anything, but it's almost like when they tell you, like, when you invest in this, like, secure funds, you'll ultimately always make money because you invest for the long haul. And they tell you that a lot about that in real estate too. Real estate is not about the quick turnaround. It's about knowing that in 20 years, your property is going to have accrued value. This is that mentality. Success, I shouldn't say success in failure, success through failure, success over failure, success in spite of failure, because success was the turtle and failure was the hare. You see, it was staying the course and being tenacious and having faith. But also not just having faith, you didn't sit still. You kept going. You stayed the course. And it was that motion, that energy, that focus that turned the tides for you. Because essentially what you did was you changed the universe's mind. You were the master manifester and you made the decision. You finally realized what your true power is. The great power that you have in you to manifest exactly what you want by staying the course. By even when things got rough, you did not back down. And literally have turned the tides because of it. Things may seem, even right now, still at this time, very, very, very stressful for you. Like you have nowhere to go, that there is no hope in sight, and your thoughts and your heads, you're all messed up. Because your stability, there's a relationship here, there's something that's falling apart. It doesn't have room to grow. There is nowhere for it to go. This is what you're feeling right now. And maybe in some cases, this is what you've had to accept. That this part doesn't work. I have to let it go. This partner doesn't work. It doesn't mean you've given up on relationships. It means you've realized this relationship isn't working. It doesn't mean that you've given up on your business. It means you're sifting through. Oh, if I'm selling bread, if I opened up a bakery and I decided to sell bread and cupcakes and cakes, and the cakes are flourishing, the cupcakes are okay, but the bread isn't selling, it's like, okay, so we drop the bread, but you stay the course. You're sifting through what needs to be let go and what doesn't, but you're not giving up. You've committed yourself to this idea of independence, of being the master of your own world, of being successful, of being loved. That's what I mean by it's an internal development. Because right now, you may have just broken up with your lover. That's very, very likely. But you've decided that breakup and the fact that relationship didn't work out does not mean that no relationship ever will and that you'll never be loved. Because, honey, let me tell you, that is exactly what's coming in. And I love the cards because they speak to, I get it. I get that you're stressed. I get that you're tired. I get that things haven't been moving fast enough for you. Here's your message. It's coming in. Don't doubt it. It wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. It's there. It's right over this horizon. And you may be a little sick of waiting. But the tides are turning. It's picking up. And you know what I love about these cards? Okay? This is the 4 right here, all kinds of reversed, not going anywhere. You stay the course and you stay the course and you don't give up. You internally, not that you don't give up on this old relationship, you have given up on this old, it didn't work out. But what I'm talking about in terms of the internal alchemy, first, is you've decided that just because this relationship didn't work out, I'm not giving up. I'm not throwing the baby out with the bathwater. You ever heard that expression? Yes, this relationship didn't work, but I will be damned. That's what you're saying to yourself. I will be damned if I believe I will never be loved or I will never be married and happy. That is absolutely that's the stance you've taken. So internally, You've changed yourself from somebody who would have given up and thrown in the towel and let this breakup or this failure in this one enterprise. You would have normally been like, oh, well then relationships, I don't even believe in love anymore. It will never work out for me. I should have never gone and tried to, start my own business. I'm just going to go and get a job for somebody else doing the same thing that I've done, even though I hate it. You normally would have done that. You normally would have been stuck in that mindset in the face of everything coming down around you, but not this time. And that's where the alchemical change happened first, in yourself. This time, because for whatever gosh, loving, beautiful, divine reason, you stayed the course and was like, this relationship is over. It fell apart. I'm crying. I'm a mess. My mascara's all over and I haven't taken a shower in 3 days, but I will be loved. I know it's out there for me. I have no doubt. And, this business is failing and it's not working out. It's not working out. But I know that I'm not supposed to go back and work for somebody else, go back to a job I hate. I will find a way through this. You are not afraid of the worst case scenario now. And that's why the worst case scenario is about to move its ass on out. Bam, what's obvious right now, what has happened, is things have fallen apart. But you stayed the course. So this is what happens. The Three of Wands plus the Knight of Wands, which is 1. Upright. Both of them are upright. Your patience and your tenacity have reaffirmed your stability. This is now 4. It's turned it around. This is the alchemical demonstration of your willpower. Your willpower. Like I said, it is not holding on to that relationship that isn't working. That is not what you did. You made the decision to accept this relationship doesn't work. It's fallen apart. Yes, I'm sad, but I refuse to believe that no relationship ever will. Because really, that's what keeps you in bad relationships, isn't it? That's what keeps us going back to that pattern of, well, I got to make this work with them. I got to make this work with them. I want my ex to come back. When will he come back? Is he messaging me? What's on his mind? What's on his brain? What are you doing? You're obsessing over an old situation because you really don't believe there's anything better out there for you. This is about changing that mentality and staying the course, not of this relationship, but of love, of believing in love, and not confusing and convoluting the relationship you have right now and whatever is tangible right now as what is ultimately possible. Because that's why we stay in bad situations. That's why we stay in bad relationships. That's why we stay at bad jobs that we hate. Because ultimately, not we're trying to make it work. We're misapplying our tenacity on something that we know doesn't feel right to our hearts. But we're scared. We're scared because if this doesn't work, we don't believe in love. This reading is a change of that mentality. Literally turning it around, taking the higher ground, staying the course. And in the face of adversity, in the face of being hogtied, stressed out, held captive, really held captive by your own thoughts, and everything just not moving forward, the relationship dissolving, I still believe in love. And because I believe in love, I can let this go and still find a way through this. That's what this is about, this reading. And you've literally turned things around. You will see, and you will see relatively soon. Please don't expect instantaneous gratification. And that's another thing. That's instantaneous gratification is the reaction of immaturity and fear. I need it now, or I can't stay here. No, this reading is about for those of you who have abandoned that mindset. And even in the worst of times, in the darkest hour, when you're really hurting and stressed out and you have that temptation to fall back on, this will never get better. There's no way out for me. Bullshit, there's no way out. Bullshit, there's no way out. Look at her. She's tied in a rope and she's surrounded by swords. You kidding me? She's surrounded by swords and she's tied by ropes. Any one of those damn swords, she could cut herself. Literally, she could cut free of her own ropes. She's tied herself up with these thoughts of things can never change. This relationship didn't work out. This job didn't work out. This entrepreneurial endeavor failed. So I should give up. That's a sign from the universe that this is not for me. Bullshit. Bullshit. This is about the long haul. This is about staying the course. It is the tenacity and faith that is that alchemical secret ingredient that changes the tide and gets the universe to listen to you and gets that abundance flowing. This is about staying the course. And you have. You've done it. Another relationship falls to dust. Another person stabbed me in the back, but I believe in love. I believe in it, and I know it's out there. I know it's coming. My bread isn't selling. My bread isn't selling. My cupcakes are doing good. I keep making cakes, but I can't make enough cakes to pay the bills. I might as well close the bakery. Not this time. Not this time. I'm going to stop spending the resources of time and money on baking the bread that is not, nobody's buying. I'm going to cut that out so that I can spend more resources and invest more time so that I can make more cakes, which people are ordering. Right? This is about seeing your way through by using your brain correctly. Staying the course and not throwing the baby out with the bathwater, because that's really an immature, fear-filled reaction. Nothing can be okay. I just have to go back to, no. No, that's not where you're at this time. This time, this is the mentality of the warrior, of the fighter, of the person that's taking the higher ground and defeating that conflict. They're facing it head on. They're not running from it anymore. And no matter what the haters are or what the naysayers are or what the doubts coming in are, she's not quitting. She's not giving up. And it was that decision that turned the tides. And this is what's coming in. This is what's coming in. The Four of Wands realized in partnership. Could be that you finally see your fourth wand coming toward you. You see how she's looking out? If this was a movie, how she can see him coming in the horizon? Finally, because you stayed the course and you didn't give up. This is also about energy. You stayed the course and you didn't give up, and now you're seeing movement. You see how it's coming? You're seeing movement. You're seeing progress. You're regaining your confidence. And guess what happens? Energetically, this is balance. This is balance and stability and happiness in balance and stability. This is also, he's coming. He's coming in. Right? She's standing alone, looking out over the water. He's coming toward her. And now they stand together. They stand together at the water's edge. And then they become the king and queen. It's this union that comes in, either uniting with yourself and your purpose and your confidence. Esoterically speaking, that's a huge message. Also, Now they're going on to long-term longevity and stability. This is a lifelong, long-term partnership or prosperous thing. It could be your business. Could also be your romance. It could be you and a partner, and especially if you're counterparts. Coming into union, you're going to literally, especially when twin flames come into union, this is like you now manifest what's meant to be. To like help the world and grow the world and change the world for the better. So this is, and it could just be your little part of the world. It doesn't have to be like you become the president and first, or the president and first husband. And now, yeah, I said it. Could be, but it doesn't have to be. It just simply means that you and your boo come into union and you build together. You build your home, you build your business, you build your kingdom. You're building a kingdom. Kings and queens build kingdoms. But this was that process of you had to become the queen. You know, you didn't start out, you weren't born into royalty. You stayed the course. You stayed the course. And you came into union and you worked hard and you build this empire together. But don't worry, you're going to get a little bit of time to like take a honeymoon and enjoy yourselves. For those of you that, you know, if this is a romance. And it could be on multiple levels. What I know is the consistent message is you faced the conflict. You faced the fears and you stayed the course. You did not back down at the sign of distress and being challenged. You didn't give up. You didn't let the stress get to you. Even you didn't let the failure get to you. That's what this really is. You didn't let the failure get to you. You didn't. In the face of failure, you decided to have faith and keep going. And that decision, that one decision, has made all the difference. And if you haven't made the decision yet, this is your message to make it. This is your message to stay the course. This is the message to hang in there, to not give up, but not just hang in there. Well, yeah, part of it is faith, but also actively say, I'm not giving up. I'm sorry, my nose is running like crazy. It's the AC. In the face of adversity, you met the call to arms. You responded to the call to arms. You literally stood your ground. This is the message, stand your ground. I know that things are shitty right now. I know that things have fallen apart. I know that things are hard. It doesn't matter. In the long run, it will not be where you end up. Stay your course. Do not back down. Let go of the old. It's over. It's over for a reason. It left your life for a reason. Its time was up. Do not let that become the pervasive thought. It's over. I'll never have happiness again. It's over. This is the worst thing that could have ever happened to me and I'm done. No. Stay the course. See it through the bad times. See it through the hard times. See it through the slow moving times and the stressful times. See it through. Because then you're not just the magician and the empress. And when I say just, I don't mean that. But these are ideas. These are mentalities. Do you understand? But these are real life 3D success that we all want to live in. So it's literally, this is the secret. Telling you, how do you go from concept to 3D prosperity? There's a reason why the tarot is organized and pentacles come last. Because, and I said this in a few videos ago, it takes a whole hell of a lot of steps to manifest into the 3D world. 3D world is challenging, especially for beings and creatures, energies that come from the 5D, 6D, the multidimensional plane where there are no restrictions. To be able to have to work and whittle and not manipulate, but like mold and do all the work that it takes to create the 3D version of what's going on in those multi-dimensions is the hardest thing you're ever going to have to do. And going through times of period of not moving, of being stressed and feeling trapped, of being defeated, of completely being defeated, of failure. It's all part of the process. It's all part of the process. And the solutions to those challenges are faith, tenacity, tenacity. What was the one? I can't remember it. Go back. I have to read. There was 3 of them, and I'm like going blank. I apologize. Patience. See? I didn't give up. There you go. I didn't give up. I didn't give up. Faith, tenacity, and patience. Faith, tenacity, and patience. If you're looking for a solution to your problems, those are them. Faith, tenacity, and patience. Laugh at yourself if you have to. Laugh at yourself if you have to. It helps. It helps. I'm just letting you know. It does. Even in the worst and darkest of times, that laughter will cut through and remind you, oh my God, there is sun behind that rain. That's what laughter reminds us, that there's sun behind the rain. There's sun behind the rain. There's sun behind the rain. And laughter is that little beam of light that shines through to hit your face and say, okay, just checking. You really are there. You know? Seriously. Stay the course. Do not give up. Congratulations, you powerful warrior, because you, without even this video, have made that decision to just keep going. To fight these challenges. To fight through failure. To fight through conflict. To fight through despair. Look, that wand is forward. Forward, always forward. Forward, always forward. And that's where you're headed. And I got to tell you, you're going to like what you find ahead. Let me just give you a brief glimpse. Brief review of the reading. You see? Going from, this is actually, I mismatched the cards when I picked them up. But going from concept and all that energetic power into the 3D translation. The solidity, the stability, the romance, the love, the success. This is you building your kingdom. And this is what you have to wade through to do it. Central card is standing the high ground, taking the high ground and not giving up. Don't give up. It gets better. It gets really, really good. It gets you everything you have ever dreamed of and more. Stay the course. I'll see you later. I have had a request for a romance reading, and I think I want to do it. I want to do it. So I'm still figuring out how I'm going to do it. I'm also going to be opening a Vimeo account. A lot of these videos can run really long, so I'm going to try to cut them down and then give you the option, if you want to watch the rest of the video, you can. Yeah. give more in-depth readings, especially for people who can't really, the price point of the personal reading isn't there. The price point for the extended readings on Vimeo will be like $10. And they'll give you a little bit more in-depth. There will still won't be personal readings, but it'll give you a little bit more in-depth if you choose to. We'll see. Stay tuned is what I'm saying. More to come. Bye, guys.